Hopefully it's the proper title, because if not, I'm gonna be like, where are we? What are we doing?
Whichever one you want to
The one that
do.
says Samuel's, because like at this point, I don't know where anything is.
Why is this here? Why is this here?
Why is what here?
Nothing. Like, why do we still have a save for Miko? Why is that there?
I don't know. Where is it? We still have this, and this should have been like far off. We have this, which we still need. Like, we have 3 different what's it called, options here. Technically 4, and then somewhere in here there's more options to get like the Mikael and
You
the other
really
one.
should have organized it better.
I know. I don't know where anything is. I know I have to like do each one of these. It's like so we're just gonna go with this one. Either this one or this one. Those are the 2 newest ones, kind of, maybe. We're just gonna go with this.
Kind of, maybe.
Yeah. We're just gonna keep saving over this one. Alright, I forgot.
Yeah, we have voices for these characters that I don't remember.
No, I was gonna be like, oh, let's promote this in Reddit. Reddit. And then we could maybe finally get some, hey, someone's here. Even though we haven't even done it. I don't know how to use Reddit. I'm like, oh no.
I sort of know how to use Reddit, but not really.
And I forgot my password. How could this happen to me? I made my mistakes. Okay, YouTube? r/YouTube. What if I search for streams? Or just stream? Alright, let's just keep doing the thing. Live stream centrals. Subreddit for live streamers. Yes. You must be invited to. No! Subject. Stream. I is stream. HTTP. Hey, what's my Twitter? I mean Twitch. I got it.
One.
Yep. Paste. I am not a robot. Send. I is good. Okay, I did the best I could.
Okay, what happens then? What if millions of people show up? What happens then?
Then we are geniuses. I mean, I said nothing. What do you mean? Where would one randomly put it's called a stream. Alright, I'm just gonna leave. And yes. What was Azeroth's voice? It was like, it sounded like a vampire.
It was like cereal commercial people
Yes.
for a while.
You did end up with inheriting Ghetto's eyes, am I correct? Something like that.
Yes, I haven't yet put them to good use, though. The gift might have been wasted on me.
No, absolutely not. Sight is an increasingly vital characteristic for humans, demons, and angels alike. However, we only ever see what we wish to see. You and even myself, if you desire to put those eyes of yours to use, make an effort to look straight at what you don't wish to see. Confusion. Was my explanation too cryptic, perhaps?
No, it was super duper easy to understand. Thank you very much. Anyway, I'm sorry for disturbing your busy schedule. I'll be on my way out now.
Flailing her arms around in panic. Whoa! Sormi hurried out the room, eliciting a sigh from Azeroth. What an interesting human. Had things turned out differently. Hey, why is there two hellos? Because I tried to do this earlier, and then I didn't do it. And then everything was all technical difficulties, and then my mic didn't work, and then the computer stopped working, and then I had to redo my computer. Then I had to go back to the previous Windows. Then I had to do more things, and then I had and that is why there's two hellos.
Yeah, very complicated reason why there are two hellos.
Yes. And things turned out differently. She might have been the one person opening the gates of heaven. A tragedy, really. Azeroth found himself wrestling with the same thoughts, even since he ascended to the position of Pandora's leader. A decision must be made. Should the residents of Pandora keep going in circles for eternity, or harvest open a new path? A difficult task for Azeroth himself, practically impossible in fact. An unpleasant thought nestled itself in the back of his head, howling but one thing. Keep going in circles, embrace the eternal struggle. Wow, perfect timing when I joined the stream. She said sorry for interrupting when I was watching my Nerf FPS. Wow, cat smiley face. Should they choose a hollow, fruitless path? Or should I take the one offered, terror and despair? I need to choose one or the other. As much as it pains Azeroth to admit it, both roads would have led only to destruction. Tell me, old friend, how would you view it? Oh gosh, it better not be old man. No, old man. He recalled the archangel in question. Man. It is old man, probably. In question, a dear friend. He fought in death. It was both here and nowhere. The angel who, despite knowing Azeroth was a demon, still greeted him the same cheerful smile. The memory of his departed friend tormented Azeroth's still loneliness, sharp as a blade of steel plunging in his heart as his very thought. Oh,
it's her.
Yes, it's dead girl that died.
She's very, very dead at the moment, but no.
Yeah, she was exploded.
My, why the long face?
Yes.
I don't remember her voice. I think it's something like that.
Yeah, let's go with that.
I'll get it eventually.
Yeah, we'll get it.
I'll get it eventually.
Meanwhile, watching 20 episodes later.
Yep, 20 episodes later.
Alright. I forgot. It still says Katawa Shoujo. We better fix that. You want to fix that? I don't think. Should we just leave it like that? I don't.
It's Katawa Shoujo.
Katawa Shoujo. Okay. There he is. Azeroth steeled his expression once again. Samael, who had just appeared out of nowhere, hopped atop the demon lord's ebony desk with a mischievous giggle. Is it because of this isn't the route where she died?
No, this is the route where she died.
Is it?
Mm-hmm.
Long time no see, Azeroth. Oh, wait, I guess I should go with nice to meet you, huh?
Azeroth smiled, granting the fallen angel an understanding nod. It makes no difference to me, really.
So, let me see. Ugh, my memory's a jumbled mess. Why did I come here again?
Azeroth flashed a bitter smile. This is the fourth time he had heard these words. Won't you tell me where Razzle and Tendo Setsuna are? Oh, right.
Yeah, about that. Yep, they were on the fifth stratum, and then I fought them, and then.
Samuel's gaze grew vacant, and she repeated the same phrase over and over, like a broken record. They defeated me. There were the words she was looking for. No doubt yet her mind refused to ready admit such a fact. Azeroth decided to guide her thoughts in correct direction. Well, the outcome of Battle hardly matters. I'm far more curious about what becomes of Razel and Tendo Setsuna afterwards.
Oh, alright, let's see. They made it to the sixth stratum.
Azeroth nodded. The sixth stratum, as I recall, was the book town of Kunda.
Right. Razzle's book is on that stratum, by the way. Aren't you guys gonna be in deep trouble if Razzle gets her hands on that tome?
Perhaps.
I know, right? We should make sure not to let her... Huh? Wait, wouldn't that be beneficial for me if she got the book back?
She knows more than she lets on. She was contradicting herself. Sama tried desperately to form a coherent and logical thoughts, yet her efforts were akin to attempting a piece of broken vase together with glue. It was already broken, the damage had been done. Her attempts were futile. You won't really get anywhere unless Razzle decrypts the book. Samuel nodded, understanding what the Demon Lord had meant. Adam, you should have toppled the fourth stratum right about now. I can't force you into the role of the villain forever. What am I doing, Mel Widowmaker now?
Yeah, it's Mel Widowmaker now.
Villain?
Exactly. You are the enemy who secretly plots to destroy all of Tokyo Babel. You plan to rule heaven, crush hell, and cast every parallel world into the fires of ruination. That is, it must be.
Ruination still isn't a word.
Into ruin.
You're right. That's been my goal.
Yes, ... question mark, because I don't remember anything because my mind has been blown. Literally. Because she died. From explosion. However, you are entirely too frail. I know it is not the fruit is to blame, but it is clear your brows have become gradually been deteriorating. Your mind will inevitably collapse.
Azeroth, what are you talking about? I have no idea what's going on.
She turns smush. In the end, you are nothing more than a serpent crawling into dirt. Your only talent is the art of temptation. Azeroth touched Samuel's forehead with a finger. Suspension.
Hey!
Samuel simply froze in place with her mouth still partially open. She looked almost like a lifelike doll. God damn it. A moment of your time, my lord. Adam has sent from the fourth stratum has fallen. Lucifer has become materialized out of thin air, supplied his master with a brief report. I see. Tell him to meet me once he has returned. Oh, and dispose of this. I have no more use for it. Lucifer nodded, disposed of the body, then vanished himself. Once he had confirmed that he had truly alone of this room, Azeroth let out a long sigh. To slay God and claim dominion over the universe. A painfully simple motive. It is only such a thing that would satisfy him. Life would be leagues simpler indeed. But reality was different. Conquering the world or slaying God matters precious little. All they had left was soaring purgatory of Tokyo Babel, drifting ever onwards. And the only thing Azeroth was capable of at this point was overseeing its continued existence. As even the world crumbles around us, we stand firm in diligence of apocalypse, myself included. The demon lord exhaled a deep sigh. He is sighing a lot. How did it come to this? Could it have been her fault? That angel, or his own? Or perhaps the blame lie on a certain love-struck angel? Mm-hmm. Oh, Razzle. Who's talking? I'm just gonna assume it's the old man, or what is this?
Just assume it's the old man. I don't know.
Okay. Azeroth, I leave everything in your hands. The time of victory between angels and demons is at an end. We might have failed to save everything, but there are still things left in this world worth protecting. I cannot say I comprehend your emotions. I am an angel. I cannot comprehend your ways even if I wish to. Indeed, it was exactly as he had said. I carried heavy sins. Do it. Go ahead, Azeroth. If you have regrets, then they'll be all about you. You alone, Azeroth. Rest well. Beep. The soul was akin to liquid. As it disperses into mass, vast of its ocean, it would inevitably vanish and disperse into nothingness. Should one lament such a thing, or celebrate it? The answer had excluded Azeroth, no matter how much wielded upon the question. Yet, that was the only thing left of the Lord of Demons, his own thoughts. Look, it's Lilith. After millions of years, she is back.
Yay, give me 2 seconds.
Yay, I'm gonna go check on the internet.
Okay, I think I remember her voice.
Hey,
I think.
it's Tracer.
Adam has made steady progress toppling the third and fourth layers. Only 3 remain.
I hate her voice so much.
Adam
Got
McCompton.
that.
Mm-hmm. Enter. Okay. Adam accomplished what no one has done in the past few years, whether this was due to Adam's own worth or that of Tetsu's and Setsuna, who had went before him, provided a difficult question to answer. Nonetheless, angels and demons alike received the good news of such more celebration.
So Setsuna and Razzle weren't on the 4th stratum either?
We are in the 6th stratum as of now. Okay, going to... Hey, you know where I could put just a bunch of like links to thingamabobs?
You could put it in my server.
Of course, running in your server. I meant on there's a what's it called, reddit.com/Twitch, and like I'm wondering if I could, is there a thing where you can just submit your like
Twitch account and was like, hey, I have things I'm gonna watch. You know? Nope. Okay. There's r/gaming. See what this is. Never mind. Was I banned? I feel like I was banned. Why do I feel like I was banned? Okay.
Lilith nodded, her expression turning grave.
I mean, maybe, because I'm banned on Reddit, so...
How are you banned? What did you do?
Long story. I went a little crazy on Reddit
I
and
wish to see
decided that everyone there needed to know about what was going on with my life.
that.
And then people were like, shut up, we don't care. And then I might have spewed a little bit of profanity at them.
Mm.
And then I got banned.
Oh my. My. Ha 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 ha.
That is also how I got banned on Hypixel on the Minecraft servers.
Oh. Oh. Oh.
I think I've gone over this. Like, I'm permanently chat banned on Hypixel. I can't type in the chat unless it's a command.
Yes. I know.
Alright.
Yes.
Everything from the fifth stratum and onwards is uncharted territory. We've no idea who their masters are, or if they're strat to even have masters in the first place. All we know is that Beelzebub's team was claimed by Madness sometime after making it through the fourth stratum.
So it's the fifth one. You just have to get through that one.
I think we were in the third stratum, and then we skipped the fourth stratum. We went to the fifth stratum. Is that what we did?
No, we were in the fourth and we skipped the fifth.
No, we were in the fifth. That's where we met, Samael.
Oh, then I guess we skipped the fourth then.
Yeah, I think we skipped the fourth. Because they said, oh, the fourth is where insanity is.
Okay.
Aren't we in insanity right now?
Oh yeah, I guess we are, because she was like, you can do it, it's fine.
I was like, I have to only think of Razzle now. Only Razzle. Just Razzle.
Just for... I'm getting kind of worried.
What happened?
Oh.
Why? Are you gonna message her?
Line.
Line?
That was the line.
Me too.
Me three.
Everyone's worried, Lilith.
Yes. Lilith. On the other hand, there was something more important to worry about. Right now, Lilith forced herself not to say anything out loud, though. The vast majority of angels and demons believe by the opening of the gates of heaven, all of the problems would be solved. That once they would hear the world release God, everything would be alright.
Jump to unread part. Okay.
Yet Abdel, finally, words still weighed heavily upon Lilith's mind. He claimed Azeroth was plotting something, and he indeed is.
Oh, he's plotting something.
Yep. How could anyone plot at an apocalyptic time like this, when everyone living soul, with no other option to cling to, should instead make an effort of joining hands in cooperation?
Say, Sormy, if you were a powerful angel or demon in this situation, with some scheme or other up your sleeve, what would it be?
Of course she'd ask Sorame. The all powerful.
But you're a powerful demon, Lilith.
I know, right, Lilith? Lilith?
Me? Well, if there are no pilgrimages, the gates of heaven will remain closed. That's bad news for both angels and demons, right?
Yes. Smart one.
It's the same thing where you were saying, like, she's my voice, but she has very, very slowly morphed into Sormy voice.
What are you talking about?
Like, she's my voice, technically,
Mm-hmm.
but my voice is so weird and messed up that it's like, now it's just Sormy voice.
Pretty much, which is why no one in their right mind would think to.
In that case, is there anyone who wouldn't want the gates of heaven to be open?
Cough, cough.
Like, maybe Aspharoth? I have a feeling it's Aspharoth.
No, Azeroth wants it to be open.
Oh,
I
okay.
think he just wants to take over the world.
He probably does.
Someone who wouldn't want that?
No, since the gates remain closed, they would all end up wandering endlessly aboard Tokyo Babel. At least last forever, actually. It wouldn't last forever, actually. There are a finite number of angels and demons, and able humans residing at Pandora. Fathering children here would be impossible. Stormy nodded enthusiastically at Lilith's explanation.
So, if I were a powerful angel or demon, maybe I'd want to get rid of whoever was above me in the food chain?
Ooh. Would they truly harbor ambitions so base, Lilith wouldn't outright deny it.
There's one more thing that would definitely cross my mind if I were an angel or demon.
And what's that?
Sormy flashes a devilish grin. Of course, Sormy.
Despair! I despair at the thought of being locked out of heaven and not being able to return to hell. It would drive me insane.
Yes. Insane. There was an ominous, terrifying ring to those words. For a brief moment, Lilith found herself scared of the girl who would think up of something like that. Yes. Cough, cough.
And then what would you do?
Once you've tested despair and other hopelessness, what then?
Yes. What then, Angela?
You're Angela.
Yes, of course. The only true answer. Sormy went on, boldly proclaiming her answer. Oh gosh.
Shouldn't that be obvious? The destruction of all life, complete and thorough annihilation. Out of hopelessness, you see?
And you say you can relate with Sorby. How about now?
I feel the relate now. I feel it happening. This is me now.
What is you now?
Sore me. Why do I not have a pencil here? I have like a fountain pen and a calligraphy pen and not a pencil.
And I... Never mind. Lilith became a little unpleasant. Came to an unpleasant realization. And look, it's Gygus. The lives of angels and demons are equal. Death wouldn't mean the end of all things, but simply yet another resurrection. Wait. That was only how things used to be. That was precisely why Lilith of all The rest viewed this present situation with fear and anxiety. Life here was no longer eternal. Once they died, they would be the end of it. Death here at Tokyo Babel truly meant destruction of all life. They would return to neither heaven nor hell, and although wounds and to be healed, the life once lost would never be brought back. When viewed from another angle, oh my god, the situation was the only time where another would permanently destroy an angel or demon. Suppose that Azeroth succumbed to despair, or Kamel found himself obsessed with death. Spoilers? Or someone entirely different, anyone who desired complete destruction. Both?
You're really something else, Sormy.
Mm-hmm.
Huh? Well, I'm glad you have been some assistance, ma'am.
In the destruction of humankind.
A nervous giggle left Sormy's lips. Exactly when you did that. Yes. Lilith, meanwhile, found herself overcome with a mixture of genuine relief as well as determination to find out who they truly trusted around here. Yes, trust no one, not even yourself. Oh, there we go. Joining hands with Raza, I walked down the pathway leading to the 6th stratum. The waves of mental contamination had yet to cease, and while they no longer echoed as powerfully as before, their aggravating murmurs still lingered in my ears. I would not lose to this. Clenching my teeth, I stared straight into the eyes of hopeless, desolate reality unfolding before me. This was reality, the hand I still held with no lie. The sensation of her skin against mine filled me with the strength to face the terrors that would await us. Like a link between souls, I did not know if Razzle felt the same way, but the eyes, she was certain that one thing kept me going.
That's the first thing Razzle says. Of course it is. My book.
Razzle uttered the words like everyone taking their sleep. We're almost there, Razzle. You'll soon have your book.
Thanks.
Do you think your memories will return? The angel timidly shook her head.
I'm not sure what I could have written in that book. What is it? Something endlessly simple, or perhaps something more terrifying than we can ever imagine?
The Sefer Razer, one of the most important tomes in existence. The Raison d'Entre. It was finally within our reach.
Please hold my hand tight.
I poured more strength into my grip, to the point where I feared it would hurt her. Solitude filled one with terror, but with the two of us, we would prevail. Was that all that came down to?
You're hurting me.
Razzle's words came as a soft whisper. Sorry.
It hurts, but it also puts me at ease. So keep holding my hands like that, please.
That's the most Angela thing I've ever heard.
Well, they're all me. These are the characters that were originally me.
They're still you.
I know, but like before I was Hanako and Shizune and Rin, I was these people.
Yes. You've been updated since the last viewing. As I was about to let loose of my grip, Raza ordered me not to. She looked into my eyes, her smile warm and reassuring, her gaze repellent. With genuine trust, I wished from the bottom of my heart to keep her safe. Let's go. Yet I couldn't find it in myself to put those feelings into words. It was a vague attempt to self-control, accompanied only by a particular surge of emotions in my chest. I must have been embarrassed. I pushed the gates open, wrestling with one thought. Oh, it's in fire.
Lot of fire.
The book town of Kanda. A place with outstanding selection of volumes from all genres and eras. A town of books and paper. In flames. I don't think this is a very good place to set on fire. It's all paper. A district that was once home of myriads of emotions, countless histories, a wealth of information had one fallen victim to divine flames of God.
Uriel.
Razord is the name of a palpable melancholy. Terminate Uriel as a culprit of mere seconds.
But why?
Keeping all information hidden. The answer was too evident. He had succumbed to madness, ascended to a sixth stratum, and allowed the tide wave of fire to consume it all. A stench of burnt paper, scorched books lingering in the air, memories, information, knowledge, all lost in ferocious flames, like a microcosm of mankind's fall. Razzle surveyed the nearby area, searching for a book, while I kept close behind, never once letting go of her hand. Uriel was nowhere to be seen. He either remained in the third stratum or took off to another place. Yeah, we skipped the fourth stratum. Because apparently we were in the third stratum with Uriel, and then we skipped to the fifth stratum with Samao. And then what's it called?
Yes.
Adam went to the fourth stratum in our place to open the gates. However that might be, perhaps. He was on his way back here. Whatever the case might have been, I wish for Razzle's book as soon as possible. Razzle, any ideas where your book might be? I'm assuming it's not lost in the flames.
No, not even the flame of God could destroy its pages. At least, I think so.
I see. Either way, let's continue our search. Being in the third stratum had warmed my body, which should have been the reason for the heat here did not end up bothering me.
Yes, let's keep going. Together.
Splitting up would have made our search more efficient, but none of us would consider doing so. I simply did not wish to separate from her in the midst of hellish chaos. I do same. We kept in the middle of the road with a low rumble of the burning city filled with air around us, a complete extinction of all once was. Just like on the third stratum, merely inhaling the hot air would scald one's throat. The flames never let up, the victims never reached the state of carbonization. As long as Uriel still drew breath, they would continue to burn. Only one word would describe the horrors before us. Hell. After a short while spent walking, we finally arrived at the outskirts of the book town. We spotted an ordinary building, at least in terms of outward appearance. Under our circumstances, though, the ordinary itself had an anomaly. For instance, why is this building not on fire? Even stranger than that was the fact that the tower above us right in the middle of the road. Razzle cast a long look at the building, letting out a sigh after trying the entrance. It's in this building? Razzle shook her head. My instincts were seemingly of no use here.
It's not that book in... It's not that book... It's not that the book is in the building. Okay. It's not that the book is in the building, but rather...
The book is the building.
It's probably the whole building, yeah.
Yeah, because it has all the time and space.
And it's like so packed together that only Razzle can read it.
Yeah, like every chapter you have to go into a room.
Yep.
She went on in her surprise, unmistaken in her tone.
This building itself has become my book.
Shouldn't it have been the other way around? This book has become the building itself? Or am I So whatever.
Yes, but they grammar.
I know. They even say ruination. What is ruination? That is not a word. But going on. Has it become Buck again? Razzle's hand emitted a sharp line binding my vision. At the same time, I felt a release of tremendous amounts of magical energy. The building turned into data, while the data itself transformed into paper. I finally understood what Razzle had meant. They were pages. Countless number of them, all inscribed with the murals of letters, making up an outer wall of the interior and stairwells of the building.
This is my book. The Sapphirism.
Still finding itself dumbfounded by this revelation, I uttered the first thing that came into my mind. Taking this back home won't be easy. It might be impossible, though.
Someone seems to have read my book, scattering all the compressed data.
The Sapphirism recorded all knowledge since the Dawnlam creation. For that purpose, the unique kind of compression method needed to put in the place to encrypt to steal away the information contained within. However, someone appeared to have broken the seal and attempted to read the book. According to Razzle's own theory, once the compression was unraveled, the book must have automatically taken the form of the building.
Give me some time. The compression procedure should take about 30 minutes.
Meanwhile, there's probably someone inside the building, reading the book, and then killed in the process of compression. Or sealed away.
Care.
Yep.
She doesn't care.
Good job, Razzle. You got this. Murder anyone in sight. After a moment of hesitation, Razzle let go of my hand. I felt the pain and loneliness of having been cut off of the rest of the world. Quite a severe wound, if I did say so myself. I had no choice but to wait for Razzle to finish, other than the ceaseless raging fires. The vicinity had claimed calm and quiet, unlike the case of the third stratum, where the only things burning here were books. If I were to remain vigilant of mental contaminations, things would turn out to be fine. I had made myself believe that. My head had been throbbing with pain for a while now, yet I convinced myself it was just my imagination. I quarantined all the simply sweet whispers of the beset of my mind in overwhelming quantities, and the blank space I had previously created. Reason, intellect, logic, morals, thoughts, fury, determination, composure. Their whispers assailed all the emotions. I needed to combat theirs, was all alluring surge of overwhelming joy. I cast all aside, erasing it, weeding it by the roots. I needed none of its joy, for all the raptures of beasts, the exhalation of the savage, yet my mind was still under constant invasion. How much longer could I withstand this sweet melody? My confidence grew ever weaker with each passing second. In that moment, I felt a sudden jolt of abrupt splash of frigid water against my mind. Is it Uriel?
I don't know.
I feel like it's Uriel. Should I read it as if it's Uriel?
Sure.
Ignorance, complete and utter ignorance, no willing to learn.
His voice was the cause. I sense a particular whisper trickling in my ears. What is it? Oh, of course, Uriel.
You refuse to learn, shielding your thirst for knowledge in favor of ignorant bliss.
His was unlike the whispers of mental contamination that had been withered up until now.
And that is fine. That is how it ought to be, unless you wish to buckle under despair. You are the slave by birth, yet you must not allow yourself to despair by this fact. Remain ignorant of the true meanings of terror. Once your eyes open the truth, it is far too late. Madness shall claim you. Even if you attempt to turn your back on it, the truth will engrave itself upon your mind.
Who are you? It's clearly Uriel! He's in the background!
Well, Setsuna can't.
Doesn't he remember his voice from like... What? Did he forget? Oh yeah, I forgot. Setsuna was wiped his memory. I have to wipe all my memories besides Razzle. I know.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, I was like, all right, erasing.
That's how he kept himself from going crazy.
Yeah, I had to erase all of my past besides Razzle. That's the only thing I need to know.
It's just Razzle. She's there. I love her.
Yep.
Yeah.
Angela. I have no name. It's called. They call me Uriel, the Flame of God, a title that no longer holds any meaning. Where are you now? Uriel's tone remained calm and collected. Yeah, I'm right here. I am the manifestation of your rationality, that is Uriel, that cast upon reading the Sefer Razel. His rationality? Call it conscience, if you will. Lost at the moment, it's discarded. However, the other me casts aside not only reason, but his personality and memories as well. So the same thing Setsuna did.
Who did you love, my bro?
Apparently nothing, because he deleted everything. As such, I managed to construct the makeshift shoal. I possess fragments of Uriel's memories, mind, and personality. So is there like a Setsuna clone that we created?
Maybe.
Well, technically there is a Setsuna clone because they made Setsuna clones in his dimension, but it was wiped out. So there is no Setsuna clones, but I mean Setsuna ghosts. If we are to be technical. Can you show yourself to me? No. I exist as a soul, capable only of conveying my voice to you. That is how frail I am. And what exactly do I wish? Do you wish to tell me? Something very simple. I want you to kill me. And it's not a hint of concern in Uriel's voice. I know that all too well, however. I was unable to defeat you. True. You might yet to discover the reason for your own existence, a fact that troubled you greatly. Well, we just did Razzle's thing. Wait, he wiped his mind, so does he know that he knows? Okay. My raison d'etre. It had been in my mind ever since I first arrived at Tokyo Babel. But when I fought you, I turned the tables, made the impossible possible. Was that someone else then? Not at all. But you did not properly articulate it. One's raison d'etre. What the frick did I just say?
Whatever you said.
I was like, yeah, that was. I like mumbled like so bad. I was like, I said nothing. These are not words. Yeah, that's what I did. Manifest only when you utter it through words. I knew it. Yet still, I couldn't find the words. Unless you find your raison d'etre, Razzle will perish. Met by Uriel's endless nonchalant tone, I thought to myself for a moment. Why? In the near future, you'll have to come to face with reality of what Razzle has done. I'm asking you why. Seemingly hesitant to answer, Razzle's so-called conscience fell into silence. A few seconds passed and went on, his tone rifled with fear as he cried out. I cannot say. I cannot. I mustn't. The entire reason I cast aside my memories and rationality was because I learned that terrible truth. I have no wish to recall it ever again. What in the world could have made him so desperate, so full of fear? Razzle will soon read her book. She will decrypt its pages and learn the truth. Wait, I have many questions. I do not wish to die, to perish, to be destroyed, but it's too late, far too late. And my other me will soon be here. And he is here. The music. Battle music. Huh? Just like that, the whisper had fell to my ears, died down to a tyrant of questions, made the entrance of above. His visage is sharp contrast in the sky turned crimson from fire. His smile was that of a lunatic,
Features contorted and twisted, Matt in joy. His treble cry echoed horror, wide tone, brief in hatred. Raza! I've come to kill you!
Oh, frick lines.
Mm-hmm. What were you doing?
Miriam?
Over my dead body. I kicked over the ground without a shred of hesitation, leaving towards Uriel and Razo, caught her breath out behind me. Out of the way! Uriel brandished a piquant sword. He had no doubt acquired it following our previous battle. That's my line. I met the steel of blade Razo lent me, or rather, attempted to do so. My blade shattered to pieces in an instant, followed up by several roundhound kicks to the side of my head.
Yep, I needed that.
What?
Look what my Discord says.
What is your Discord say?
Because I have Tokyo Babel now, so I can do it on my own.
Oh my. My. How far have you gotten?
Yeah, cause I can't, like, your Steam wouldn't share the game, so, it's just the same game as you have.
Explain.
Like, it has the same saves.
Yeah, and you didn't want to play it?
Well, I was going to, but then I got kind of busy.
Oh, and you don't want to disrupt the streams with you playing the game?
Mm-hmm.
Melanie, I'm streaming. And then Melanie's like,
Wait,
I don't care.
Put a comma here. There we go.
Of course you would.
The attack sent me crashing through the walls of the burning building as the flames scorched my skin.
Wait, how are you playing while I'm playing? Shouldn't it, like, kick you out? Or kick me out?
No, like, I downloaded the whole game onto my computer, so I just downloaded our save files onto my computer. So if I played it now, it wouldn't disrupt the game. But I didn't get a fresh copy.
I immediately clattered my entire body in water magic, although Uriel's flames evaporated in a split second. I kept conjuring up more and more, successfully cancelling out the hot air around me. The results, clouds of steam, in the other hand, obstructed my visions. As I attempted to hastily rise to my feet, I hear Razzle yelling, "Razzle!" I ran as fast as I could, leaping in the air. In the end, it took me a mere 2 seconds to make it to Razzle's side. You truly are a fool to concern yourself with the likes of Tender Tuna, Razzle.
Hold your tongue.
No, you stabbed Razzle.
Oh dear lord.
At first, I foolishly thought something protruded from her belly. That shouldn't have been there. In reality, it was the sword of the 7 deadly sins, having been thrust into Razzle's body. Uriel took genuine pleasure in twisting the handle, like one would knob, as he buried the blade in an angel.
Ah!
Yay. It has become again.
Following the brief, stifled moan, Razzle collapsed into the ground. Fury welled into my heart, an intensity of raging volcano. My thoughts were a blur, unable to tell what I had done, whether I kicked or punched Uriel. I knew but one thing, that I had to get away from Razzle as soon as humanly possible. Takaro wo Hikatsukakuchi Takamichi Kuchi.
So what did I do?
I tapped all 3 powers in succession and launched a powerful attack. Uriel's momentary confusion created such an opening, yet there was only so much I could barehanded. He responded with a strike from the back of his hand, sending me quite a distance away from Razzle. However, I retained my composure, sending my voice to Razzle via telepathy. How's your wound?
I think I live, but this wound is proving to be quite a hindrance in terms of battle. Worry not though, I'll catch up soon enough.
Rest assured, I'll defeat him.
Impossible.
That's precisely the impossibility.
I'll need to overcome, Razzle. I'd like you to stay out of this.
No, Razzle, you join. That's that's how we win.
I needed to face this on my own. As I cut telepathic link with Razzle, I once again stared into the eyes of Uriel, the flame of God.
Stop getting in my way, Tendo Setsuna!
I responded with Uriel, how a tone cooler of the winds in the winter night. I refuse. I'm not letting you lay a finger on Razzle, no matter what. Uttering the words felt oddly refreshing, and had a simple, straightforward goal. In the battle there was one worthy risking my life in. Uriel's face contorted in pain.
But Razzle, Razzle needs to die. She needs to perish while she gets being ignorant to the truth. Why can't you understand?
If you think I'm going to understand, keep on dreaming. Uriel had casted aside his rationality and become a master. The manifestation of very same rationality said something similar. As Razzle sheltered a certain secret, a cruel, terrifying secret. Yet Razzle herself was not ready to face it. No matter how cruel the truth would have proven to be, they were nonetheless all parts of the treasured memories. At the very least, her life was most definitely not on Uriel's hands, even if there was the manifestation of God's divine flame, and one of the 4 master angels.
Mark my words, Razzle, you would die in my hands.
Not until I'm here to be your shield. Our objectives were polar opposites. Clashing in battle would be the only way to settle this. I had no weapons to wield, though, even if I did, I would not rely on them. Similarly, the arcana arts were at my disposal, yet a fleeting magic user like me would never hope to match the prowess of a so-called flame of God.
What about Mikao's sword? Oh, I'm bitter now.
We left that in Mikael's grave.
Oh.
Yeah. I was like, we're not gonna take this, but we'll take this other person's sword.
Yeah, we'll take Shibahagane's sword. Oh, yeah.
Mm-hmm.
I think they all felt a little bad for her, and no one felt bad. Like, no one felt bad for him.
For Shiba?
Yeah, they're just like, okay, he's dead now.
Yep, he was like, yeah, this happened. Like, let's move on.
Be it physical strength, stamina, speed, cunning, or physical power, willpower. An angel like him far surpassed me. My situation felt beyond hopeless, with only terror and despair to await me. And yet, as I considered my options in vain, Uriel mounted an attack.
Be my side, gluttony!
The beast came lunging through me, the power of the Conte's sword, crudely barging his flanks like it always did. That won't stop me. I leapt straight toward the abomination colossal jaw, piercing through its neck to exit through the back of its head before it could crush me, a row of massive teeth. Uriel was right in front of me. Ah! Howling at the top of my lungs, I let out my fist, clashed clean into the angel's face. Although my strike did not make him recoil ever so slightly, Uriel smiled. Things were apparently going his way.
Come forth, golden sloth!
Moments later, I saw my arm enveloped with a mass of molten gold, summoned a kind of inhuman swiftness, but left little to no room with time of any sort of counterplan. And while the amount of summon was no average, covering my whole body, the speed of Uriel's incantation was most certainly terrifying. So, that was the way to utilize this particular beast? As a sharp hiss of sizzling gold echoed in the vicinity, I felt myself assailed with the pain of unbelievable intensity. My immediate reaction was to reach out to my right hand and tear off my left arm by the elbow. The shock I experienced upon losing my arm remained minuscule at best. Uriel howled in laughter, his expression very low, epitome of complete madness, devoid of ever faintest trace of rationality. What next? The question was painfully simple, yet finding an answer would provide a difficult task. My situation here had no comparable what I had gone through with Abadil or Getho. Did you like my laugh, by the way?
Yeah.
Well, it does it. Ha ha ha. Raging Blizzard.
The only laughter I can do is evil laughter, so yes, you get evil laughter. Agreement. Good job.
You enjoyed my evil laughter?
Yes.
Well, it was Uriel's laughter, but yes. A raging blizzard to freeze everything solid, a thunderstorm to blow away the flames, everything else along with them, or perhaps an earthquake to swallow the entire district whole. Abandoned all three options, realizing that it would only end in failure. If only one to measure the amount of magic each one of us commanded, the answer would clearly be as they. If my magical capacity was 100, Uriel's approximately 80,000, not 100, 80,000. Defying punishment, St. Elmo's fire. Oh, that's why there's the image of Elmo in burning apocalyptic bliss. Is that where the meme came from?
Maybe?
Let me show you something. St. Elmo's fire images. Okay. Elmo fire. Sending image now. Copy. Where's this one? There you go. Paste. And now time to put that on the stream for everyone to see. Okay, there's space. You go there. Yes. Now image. Elmo. Browse. Login. Elmo. Yes. The stream now sees the power of Elmo. Alright. I want to like make this like more transparent. How do you do that? Filters? Yeah, I don't know how to do that. Just remove that. Okay. Sharp pain shot through my body as like a whip fire summoned by Uriel bits in my flesh. So what do you think of the image?
Nice.
It was like nice. My eyes open wide with the mind, complete paralyzed by pain. I forgot to even breathe for a moment. No one would stun 100 slashes from a whip and live to tell the tale. Tell me, Setsuna, how long do you think you'd last? No ordinary man would endure the several crippling, otherworldly pain. Alright, will you do me a favor and stand down, Tetto Setsuna? Uriel's words ran with a tone of softness, soothing yet unmistakable, belonging to a madman. In the far distance, I could see Razzle lying on the floor. Not as long as I live. Right. Now I remember. You won't give up unless I end your miserable life. I'm really sorry, okay? I tend to be forgetful, you see. Another slash from the flaming whip tore into my chest. I'm so sorry, so eternally sorry. No, I mean it. I'm seriously feeling bad right now. The whip continued its terrible work, without a moment's rest ravaging my entire body. My chest, shoulders, abdomen, legs, neck, and face all felt scorching pains of attack rained down with endless mercy. Felt mercy. It could only even grant small mercy of blacking out, and the pain of its inhumane intensity would jolt my consciousness awake. I had heard the unimaginable heights of pain of whipping would inflict on a person. That's what is especially true with the case of punishment meted out of a master angel. This is punishment, divine punishment against the wretched sinner. Punishment, punishment, punishment! As Uriel continued his work in a lunatic frenzy,
his expression contorted to a complex splinter of fear and ecstasy. However, it seemed entirely too preoccupied with punishing me to the point of losing himself in a trance of sorts. Even his hands of mortal, his whip has become swift through transcending the speed of sound. As it came crashing down on my body, I successfully read the movements and grabbed the end in the left hand.
Let go of my whip!
Uriel howled the spoiled child. The furry fury whip scorched his skin as stench my burning flesh filled my nostrils. I mustered all my strength. I pulled the whip my way, then charged at the unbalanced Uriel. Using the same momentum, I smashed my head clean into his face. The impact was powerful enough to make him see stars for a few seconds. With my left hand clenched at the whip and my right hand torn clean off. The only weapons to use with my legs and my hand. You know you could just choke him with the whip, or... okay. I stretched out my neck and struck again.
You miserable imposter!
The whip coiled in my arm, ready to tear it up.
I know all about you. You wear the skin of man. You sought to transcend humanity.
Uriel's whip rapidly grew in length, smashed me with asphalt road, and nearly buildings over and over again. My consciousness drifted farther away, and the pain would drag me back into reality, tormented me with relentless assault. The fact my arms still felt like a miracle in itself. Possibly realizing I had no longer resulted in Uriel's vanished his whip and took to the skies. His gleams clans with azure fire glimmered to the vivid hues, birthing a scene straight out of delirious daydream.
Behold, ladies and gentlemen, I shall now carry out divine punishment. May my death be exquisite in the blood-curdling grimness. Tendo Setsuna, Yaldabaoth, the false god, I shall perish your very soul and grind it to dust.
I could not defeat him. The realization came swift and sure. I looked him in the skies and saw Gibraltar, the shape of Uriel. The maddened angel. All I could do was writhe in agony, robbed of all weapons, the arm, my mind teetered to brink of collapse, my strength all but spent. Uriel was unbelievably powerful, a simple fact that turns begun to sink in.
Come forth, beast of the 7 deadly sins, beast of gluttony, molten gold of sloth, azure flames of wrath, the decayed chains of envy, silver pride, lion of pride, mirror lights of lust, and finally the chimera of greed. I'll first kill you, then razzle. Afterwards, the whole world will burn. The silver razzle, the entirety of Pandora will succumb to divine fire.
All 7 beasts, embroidered with 7 deadly sins, came lunging at me at the same time, displaying the power full so fast with the Gethel, or I'd even call forth. Oh gosh, I accidentally skipped something. Okay, did I skip way too much? All succumbed to Uriel, capacity vast and expansive. I would die, perish, cease to be. All at the same time, however, death will bring release from suffering. An obvious truth lingered in my mind. It had worn me down. Battles of struggling to protect others. Life itself had worn me down. Why not shed that burden? Time again, I felt again, ready to yearn that temptation. This time I would certainly make that step. But what exactly made me weather that storm? Why did I continue to cling too desperate to life? I was a sinner, the contempt of billions soaked into my very soul. Why would I keep living? I see. The realization came bolting in blinding light. So this is the reason I was a sinner, a wretched criminal who was to deny life. Yet I live.
The veins pumped blood, my lungs drank air. Aching for oxygen, I willed steel. My howl echoed in the skies as I fought to destroy my foes. This was not yet the end. Far from it. At the 7 deadly beasts of each deadly sin closed in to me, I took on the introspective level of morale questions at myself. Who was I, Tender Setsuna, a mortal man? And before that, someone who aspired to be God? Could I emerge victorious here? I need to. See, through the core, Uriel once howled the following orders.
My name, Mackerels, my raison d'entre. In short, I live to flame of God.
The fires of God born from a volcano said to be located at Tartarus. His duty was to judge all its sinners, to mete out punishments with unfaltered composure and cruelty. To him that duty meant the world, its composure, its cruelty, his divine fury. Unbridled rage, burning brighter as a firestorm. It would toy with its scorn of all men indiscriminately, the core of his very existence remaining unchanged. Which is precisely why he could surpass me in sheer prowess. The gravity of my sins only served to fuel his strength. In my foolishness I caused the death of 10 billion people, who has no doubt to judge a far greater number of souls during his existence. In his eyes I am a sinner clear and simple. Do not falter, no matter how fierce I struggled. Uriel's raison d'entre strong, that clearly articulate. But I display a raison d'entre to suppress his. My fates had been set in stone since birth. And even after that, I'd simply been the reed in the wind. When I fought to protect others, I did so because I'd been ordered to. That was how I viewed it. I knew that now, not too well. I needed to calmly recall the first time Uriel and I met in battle. The very life that was on the line. The pulse of my heart echoed in my chest. Its very beat proof that I was alive. The rhythm, significantly to the will to live. Live, survive, prevail, protect, endure, struggle, think, see, hear, touch, and smell. Life is an unmatched complexity required to maraud of actions to be maintained. And so I and countless other people would nurture the wish of our hearts, a desire to see someone capable of overthrowing all adversity, someone to face the jaws of despair and emerge victorious, someone to turn the cruel tides of fate. Despite knowing no such existence, I've realized we yearn for the impossible. Still, we desire to see the wish fulfilled. At times, it manifested itself through the will of might of God. Unfortunate, no such creator existed here. And if it did, God would be an enemy to us. After all, I was taking up arms against one of the lords of angels. There is no God, no Messiah to save us. The words rang amongst, spoken by someone from my homeworld. 10 billion rejected the existence of God, yet found himself yearning for his salvation. They wished for someone to save them, someone to help them. A vigilant hero, a protector of all right and just, convened omnipotent God. Indeed, I was created for that purpose, to save 10 billion lives edging towards the precipice of despair. My raison d'entre had been simply to act as ordered, to carry out what has been desired of me. That's my reason for being? No. I'd committed a sin. I felt guilty, welt in my chest, believed I had no right to live. And yet I met an angel who was willing to take my hand, an angel who, despite her occasional coldness, nurturing a loving heart.
Oh, that described you so well.
Sure.
Are you sure? What did
You think it describes me well.
Why?
Yeah, that's nice that you think of me like that.
Why? This is like an angel
Okay, yeah, that describes me pretty well.
who, despite her occasional coldness, nurtured a loving heart. Well, it's like,
Yeah, that describes me pretty well.
An angel who felt peace. She held my hands and all for sake. As I perished here, Uriel was safely killed just the same. To prevent a cruel fate. And yet to survive no matter what, survive and prevail. What exactly did I require in order to accomplish that? Prevail, to emerge victorious, to reign the sole victor. Visualize what you need for victory, draw up of a conclusion, bring forth the depths of mind in less than a second. What I needed, what I truly needed, was to first rise on my own 2 feet. Grasping on the asphalt in my left hand, I pulled myself erect once more. After picking out gluttony, the largest of the 7 deadly sins, I grabbed the abomination by the nose and sent it flying. But what? The other 6 ended up being mauled down by gluttony's colossal body. I had finally managed to gain the momentum advantage. I would not let this slip through my fingers. I picked up my right arm I had lost clumsily, yet with great force reattached it without even bothering to sedate myself. I would endure my pain. Once my arm was fully rejuvenated, I held up to it before my eyes. Tended to it, proclaimed your reason for being. Let the world tremble at the echo of your raison d'etre. The world turned through the cogs of Incinerate's mechanism. I first needed to utter the words. My raison d'etre would clash with the world, invading it, permeating it, each syllable like a poem chanted. At the end, I would summon the exact being I needed. There is no God. I shall not revere him. I shall not pray to him. I shall not believe in him. I shall not crave his blessing. Next, I needed to make my proclamation mustered with willpower to declare my mind liberated and detached from God's domination. What in that? I felt my whole body brimming with magic, forces what excluded now flowing free with my command, and magic capacity with mere hundreds, Uriel vast 80,000. And yet, men need a God to believe in. They need someone to revere. They need someone to save them, and so I. Stop it, enough! I'm begging you, stop! Whatever this is, I'll end you right this instant! He brandished his steel. It was far too late. I shall create God, to give birth to something powerful enough to turn the tide of face to overwhelming odds. In order to suppress all adversity through devastating power, I shall create God. I shall mold him into being. That is my raison d'etre. Tendo Setsuna, reason for being. Damn, Setsuna, I summon you. Mechanical machine, guarding spirit of time. With all the magic I could muster at my disposal, I opened the gates, and for a moment, the world itself came to a halt. Even the maddened Uriel found himself in loss of words when faced with the proclamation that no sane man would dare utter in the presence of the flame of God. The angel clenched his teeth of rage, instinct ordering him to meet my words of righteous fury. Know your place, mortal. Even if I put out your misery, there are no certain Uriel meant to utter such threat, nor did I care for that matter. Time has come. All beneath the descendants of the ultimate machine, a kingdom of amalgamated metal and steel. Damn, Setsuna. A soaring bastion of an island, its trembled shape vaulting out of the heavens above. A maraud's pieces of scrap metal formed its ramparts, walls of cogwheel. The realm gave home with no living beings, only stood in the middle, a messenger to the colossal leviathan of steel. For I stood there to proclaim my own desires, of my own ambitions. In its engines whirled to life, its booming roar celebrated the adverts of a machine kingdom. Your name is Uriel, a manifestation of divine retribution, an angel of light, and its duty to punish the wicked. The construction of ultimate machine, which had to an end the birth of the machine indeed to crush Uriel, now complete and finished. A divine instrument, an arcane vessel, a sacred treasure, or something even more supreme, something that transcended our meager imagination. Hark, sinner, while we stand, present to condemn thee. But the word sinner has made Uriel recoil. To make himself the angel benefits of sin, to be condemned as such was imaginable. Hearing the words come from the lips of a mere mortal would have only added insult to injury, yet it went on regardless. Thou hast sinned, and yet maddened Taken thy heart. Thou hast sinned, it has poisoned, crippled thy mind. We condemn thy fragility, O brittle, ravaged soul. The kingdom of metal responded to my words, condemned him. Let the trial begin, like the days of old, when witches and werewolves alike burned at the stake. Here the death's throne, the supernatural, the complete rejection of the arcane. The kingdom's blacksmiths all set in work, creating weapons and armor. Gravel of judgment and retribution. I may have called it gravel, yet in reality, the handle itself was 10 meters long, the tip boasted otherworldly shape akin to Colossus' foot. One troubled swing sends the 7 beasts back to the void emerged from. Powers befitting a sacred treasure, a divine instrument of something unique, freshly created, a weapon burned from the sole purpose of defeating Uriel. Uriel, I find this miserable creature worthy of pity. I may even believe in the actions that have been inevitable. How dare! However, mercy I may say, precisely because of you, must perish here, embrace your sins and now oblivion. Uriel once again summoned his tremendous door-bolting forge of steel. Shell of Tartarus! Uriel lunged towards his body clad in divine fire. The battle began anew. Uriel and I spiraled downwards, piercing through the clouds. During our descent, how dare a mere human judge me, an angel? Know your place. Reprobate. My steel met his weapon with thunderous roar, and impact burning of multiple sparks, dancing with vivid crimson and meteor shower.
Why does he have like a giant... it's like a sledgehammer, but it's automated.
Mace?
Yes, it's an automated mace, but do you see the handle? It's clearly a motorcycle handle, and then it's got an engine. It's Reinhardt's hammer.
Yep.
He has Reinhardt's hammer. I have become what you have most feared. That wasn't even a proper Reinhardt voice. My voice is basically dead at this point.
Yeah, gotta love Tokyo Babel and how I have like no lines.
It's...
Remember when he fought Mikayo and I had some lines in a fight?
Yep.
Yeah, the rest of them were guys.
Yep.
And when they fought Samael and I had some lines in a fight?
Yep.
Fun, fun.
Fun, fun. Alright, I'm updating Twitch Tokyo Babel, seeing if Hitbox has Tokyo Babel, or whatever this is.
Tokyo Babel.
Change. And I read that already, but I Tokyo. And now the task completed. Okay.
I shall judge you, condemn you, as long as you are an angel, as long as you dare hurt her. I screamed back at him, allowing myself to believe I could overturn the impossible, no matter what shape it may turn.
Setsuna looks insane.
Mm-hmm.
Me, when someone dares hurt you.
Well, yeah, didn't you and Wayne have that plot to go to California and do things with
Yeah.
Melanie?
I know. I went insane, and I was like, "Hey, let's figure out where it is." I was like, Wayne remembers that all too well. He was like, "I live far." I was like, "Never. I live closer."
I screamed back at him, allowing myself to believe I would overcome the impossible, no matter what shape it might take.
You know what? You're right. I do become insane when someone does do something to you. So basically, I am Setsuna.
Yeah, you're Setsuna, and then I'm everybody else.
Mm-hmm.
Yes, when someone dares to hurt my razzle.
No, I was not merely convincing myself. My raison d'etre did make that very thing possible, elevating me to monstrous heights in order to trample over the most overwhelming of odds. It would become the monster they called omnipotence. Uriel's bolt clashed to the colossal gravel of violent impact. The battle was no longer competition of raw strength, instead elevated to something akin of a sword duel. Shut! Ah! My war cry filled with confidence, rather amplifying the speed of every action I took. We exchanged blows again in the air, biting into each other, while some displayed when human prowls and skills. Filling each building, fell victim to the violent shockwaves of our ongoing struggle. Uriel's bolts, my hammers, swirled a series of gales, ferocities, enough to devastate cityscape. Any ordinary human caught in a blast would be perished in a heartbeat. In that case, I swung the gravel in a wide arc, like a gopher with its stick, propelling a mixture of rubble of dust in the air. Uriel had lost sight of me. Where are you? Uriel looked in both directions, his natural lowered his gaze to a glance below. After all, that's where I had been moments before. Ever I approached Uriel from above, hiding myself in a veil of dust and debris. Using this to my advantage, I lunged him to an elevated position. Just as Uriel was about to prepare a counterattack, after spotting me, my colossal gravel smashed into his head. My impact sent an angel once dominating the sky into the bright star spawning downwards in the blaze of fire, almost like a meteor.
You son of a bitch!
Uriel climbed out of beneath a heap of rubble, looking back at me with the exception twist of unbridled rage.
Go get some food.
Alright, you go get some food and water, and I need water or else my throat will die. As soon as you get some voice lines, I will get something to drink. I am insane.
I remained in the sky while they stood on the ground. That situation itself made the angel positively livid.
Don't look down on me. Don't you dare look down on me from above. I am the Iron Fist of Judgment. My place is among the clouds.
In terms of sheer skill, Uriel did indeed surpass Tender Tetsuya, overwhelmingly so. However, that advantage did not last long. Uriel too had finally realized it. The angel leaped back into the skies. Ah! We had swung in their respective weapons, bolted gravel between the middle air, flashing bloom and thunder sending violent shockwaves in the air.
Am I almost done with this stream? I feel like we're gonna... Oh, ha, 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 ha. Oh no.
We swung our respective weapons, bolts, gravel mets in the air, clashing bloom like thunder, sending violent shockwaves in the air. We both staked our very souls in this battle. Neither of us willing to yield as we continued to exchange blows after blows.
do I not know a thing?
Ariel was an angel. I was a mortal man. He was an eternal, unaging robbed of the very concept of growth. It was neither immortal nor unaging. It was something of a lifespan as far shorter than an ordinary man's. Which is why, to me, the concept of growth and power terrifying gave the world's end. A single strike, Uriel's eyes shot open, surprised angels really believed that his witnessed. I was growth adapted before his very eyes. With each attack I received with a counterattack, launched with every single occasion where I escaped death by a hair's breadth. I continued to grow, and I began to understand Uriel's strategy and combat techniques, and my body would not withstand the burden of it. The moment of thoughts crossed my mind. I felt the density of muscles grow. My raison d'être was to overthrow the impossible, to turn the tide against overwhelming odds. And if it would happen to like the power to do that, I would be granted said power even by force, and already believed my lifespan would be eroding even further by the process. Yet my mind focused not on distant tomorrow, but here and now. I sent my hammer in the horizon dark, utilizing the momentum of swinging it in the full circle and finally clashing into Uriel's liver. Why? Uriel's frenzy grew even fiercer. With his passing second, the slight unfolding before him. The world, he could hardly believe his eyes. At first he could easily overpower me. As gradually I maintained to fight him with equal footing, and now I began to turn the tables. I like the angel's volcanic fury. All I was to wind the steel intent on crushing the obstacles, the polar opposite of love. After succeeding featuring out the Uriel did not wish to fall him. I acted without hesitation to carry out that very thing. I swung my tremendous hammer, aiming at his jaw, and his wings what once were pride of an angel's. I missed his wings, but his jaw was slightly slower. The weapon gazed it, and his gaze grew hollow for a moment. His body slightly wavered.
Yes, I'm still reading after...
Did I miss anything?
No. Nothing at all.
Nothing at all.
Yep.
Still fighting.
Yep. After
That's nice.
10,000 years, I'm still doing this. Whoa, ha ha ha, ha ha ha, ha ha ha.
You like Kato Shoujo more now?
Who says, why do you say that?
Because you get breaks.
No, but at least this is interesting. If anyone walks in, you're seeing battle fights, interesting voices.
Sure.
Yes. You know what? Video games?
Whatever. I crushed him without missing my mark.
Oracle. Sibail.
I know I'm saying it wrong, but fuck it.
In a massive door-bolted grip split of numerous fragments in a second, I lost sight of Uriel. I could no longer predict where he lunged from.
To the depths of hell from you.
Before I could react, Uriel appeared behind me. His fire wings like a jet thruster. Uriel moved in a straight horizontal line to rapid, made him way behind me. He moved faster than I could turn around to face him, my mind struggling to register what had just happened. Uriel sent me flying with a ferocious kick. With each fragment of his door bolts knocked to my wheels, the swarms of missiles. I could neither dodge nor survive the attack, amplifying my defense. 1 moment of hesitation to spell my doom. In other words, I needed to launch an attack of my own. I analyzed the missile's trajectory and calculated its speed. I made a mirage of calculated regarding distance, the time and direction of impact of numerous other factors. I drew other conclusions determining whether or not this was the correct course of action. I acted with impeccable timing and knocked back a fragment. A fragment I knocked back diverged its course, heading another one, causing a chain reaction. If my calculation proved correct, I did not end up needing to move. If I did, I would only put myself in unnecessary danger. The fragments like a collage of volcanic projectiles soared past me in a blink of an eye. I turned to face Uriel, and Angel watched in silence, astonished by his projectiles plummeted to the ground below. How? How did I do that? I held my gravel, ignoring his question. I would aim into his right hand, constantly clad in flames. His part of Uriel's body was vulnerable, surpassing even his heart. Fire, water, earth, and air. In the name of feathered serpent, I chastise thee. In order to defeat Uriel, call upon the names of another world's god. Each world brimming with sorcery further amplified the speed of my wing. Go on, tender Tsuna, let the world quake in terror at the coming of your steel. The hammer struck, blazing Uriel's right arm clean off. Uriel's wings flapped perilously, finally buckling down under the pressure, sending the angel plummeting downward.
Oh, we have a viewer. Hello!
Wasting no time, I changed after I've been pursuit. Uriel crashed his rooftop water tank, drenched his whole body.
Hey, we're back where we started.
I just keep wondering what Razzle's been doing this whole time.
Dying. I mean, what? I said nothing. I have to do it.
The angel writes his part of my body more vital than his heart in his right hand. What? I lost? Uriel's tone reflected his, not a shed of despair. Instead, he spoke up in a meek tone, his expression of his confusion. I stepped up to the angel, supplying him with the answer. Exactly. You are no longer stand. Your defeat is clear. I can't stand? So, I lost? It took a few moments to realize, to finally sink in. When it did, Uriel responded with a faint smile. I went on with solemn tone. It's time to come for you to be liberated. Uriel, the flames you ignited will soon be extinguished. Words of your deeds will never reach God. For a short while, Uriel stared blankly at the missing right arm before finally speaking in a melancholic tone. Ah, I see now. I had long since perished, haven't I? Perhaps. Uriel leveled his gaze with mine, the fire, contempt burning unmistakably in his eyes. Why do you continue to protect Razzle? Because. Not out of duty, and certainly not because I have been ordered to. I merely wished from the bottom of my heart to protect her, to keep her safe, the angel who, in order to help mankind, once handed them the book she valued more than her own life. Yet I couldn't quite put it into words. Uriel chuckled to himself. I was quite fond of her myself, but in fact remained she sinned, and sins must be perished. She sinned? The reason I ended up like this was partly because of the chorus. The book was also to blame. And the surfer Razzle? Uriel let out another chuckle and an expression, quite fittingly that a young boy fond of pranks. But I didn't tell you what's written in it. Angel's body went to wither away. In his current state he was like a mortal, with his heart stabbed. Indescribable despair and anguish his only companion.
Tendo Setsuya, I do not hold you in contempt. Yes, I must also express my gratitude.
Your gratitude, why?
No longer shy. Shall my past deeds haunt me in eternal death? Make no mistake, I dread whatever it is that awakes me. I do feel suffocated by that fear soaking in my very soul. Because the fact remains, I have been liberated, and for that, I owe you my gratitude.
Uriel, what in the world happened in heaven? He sluggishly took his head, his prior smile returning.
Have I not been clear? I despise you, who claim my life. As such, you won't learn a thing from me.
Stubborn till the very end, I see.
Oh, I am. You may recall that I used to be an angel punishing the wicked. This is my punishment for you.
I see. Not much I could do about it then.
Yep, just accept it.
The angel smiled in childish innocence. His body withered rapidly, soon to be nothing but dust and ash. His soul, too, will cease to be for good. Uriel began muttering to himself.
I see. It's very clear now. So this is the contempt of death, unique of mankind. It truly is terrifying beyond belief. At the same time, fantasizes me to no end, to completely vanish and expire, not to once have experienced such a thing.
Uriel glanced at me, drifting clouds above. His expression rather that of calm acceptance of death. Read a few moments later, his gaze lit up with realization.
Ah, I see. No one truly wished to die, did they?
After a lifetime of passing down judgment on a myriad of different mortals, Uriel had finally come to a realization that simply endured truth. The angel closed his eyes, his body soon to fade. It was more than ready to be killed in this battle. It goes without saying that I should have anticipated the outcome like this. And yet, why do I feel crushing sadness? Be able to bring myself to the leading angels, and instead remain by his side, witnessing his final moments.
Tendo Setsuna, I have a request. If you hear me out, I'll give you something in return.
What exactly? Uriel pointed at the nearby Piquant sword. Its blade stuck firm in the concrete floor.
Piquant sword, you could take it. I imagine you're gonna need it in the near future.
I just got a better weapon, the Piquant sword, but I'm okay. Sure, I'll take this weapon that I've used in a bit.
I'm gonna go get popcorn.
Yes, you should get popcorn because that is good. Popcorn, good.
I better come back and you'll still be doing this.
I know. I'll still be reading forever.
If not,
ever.
have fun with Rezzle voice.
Pretty sure you'll be back by the. Well, it's almost time for the next time of the Razzle War. Oops. Yeah, no. Premium. Okay.
I read that. I decided to accept his offer. Thank you. And what is your request? Uriel looked into my eyes, extending a trembling hand towards me. Your hand? I did as he asked. For one who used to be called the Flame God, Uriel's hand felt painfully cold now. Uriel flashed a content smile. He wished to feel something else warm, even if it belonged to a very man who fought him to death. But truly though, that was the past. Uriel gains, as now, the same angel used to before his madness claimed him. On the brink of death, despite the entirety too late, he finally regained his lost sanity. Rousey. In fact,
I'm gonna give you another piece of information.
What?
This world is drowned in madness and desperation. More than you think. And you cannot save it. No one can.
What should I do then?
Who knows? Not me, that's for sure.
Air let out a rattled chuckle.
You have grown powerful enough to surpass even me. As Zephyrus, one of the 4 Master Angels. And I lie here, defeated. It is now my duty to offer you guidance. Your future, and you decide, Tendo Setsuna. Choose what you do and carry you through it. Even if you may appear unrealistic now, you will one day grow to understand.
Uriel's advice is quite honest. Felt vague to the best, yet I vowed never to forget his words, believing them to be vital importance. Very well, I'm grateful. Uriel, I truly am.
May fortune smile upon you.
And you as well. After producing one final smile, the angel Uriel vanished for good. The wind picked up, carrying off his ashes. All that remained on the ground was spots of blood, and even those disappeared within moments. Felt a chilling grip sensation, masquerading as sorrow, take hold of my heart, an elusive, overwhelming sensation I would only label as emptiness. As Uriel vanished, and so did his gravel of judgment, I still held in one hand. I finally understood exactly what my raison d'etre had been. My power would encroach reality, to trample upon overwhelming odds, whatever they might be, yet, at the very same power moved not for the sake of many. I was too trifling an existence to manage that. I would use this power only for the sake of those I held dear, selfishly, arrogantly. However, that was how I came this far. The power of my raison d'etre, the power of howl judgment and condemnation, in the face of overwhelming adversity. I made my way back to Razel, and found her lying exhausted in the ground, hugging her book in her chest. I could faintly hear her breathing, which meant her wounds had no doubt healed. Yet, for some reason, her expression displayed a hint of sadness. I was surprised by her such mood. Razel. She opened her eyes and the sound of my voice, faintly calling my name.
Setsuna, what's happened to Uriel?
He's gone. The words proven more to make Razel understand. She shook her head, a faint smile danced on her lips.
Incredible. You defeated Uriel of all people.
What about yourself? Are you alright? I mean, the wound. I instinctively placed my hand on Razel's belly.
Don't worry. I'm fine. I really am. So, please, your hand.
I know I shouldn't, but I really ought to take a closer look. Razel pried my hands over her belly. Her cheeks flushed bright red as she followed up with a few weak punches to my chest.
How you doing with the German accent?
Terribly, and, read.
I want to hear this, though.
No! I just read a couple lines. No more. Have mercy. Have mercy. Mercy.
Oh, what are you talking about? You want me to have mercy?
You perv. That's basically the voice.
That sounds a lot like the Widowmaker voice.
No, the Widowmaker voice is this. My. It is Widowmaker. Buckets. Step into my parlor. The spider.
Oh my god, I just kind of said it decently, and I didn't press push start.
Oh my.
I hate myself.
Did you do the Widowmaker?
And somewhat.
Somewhat, okay.
I would
Better than normal.
I'm assuming it's magnificent with your talents. that wasn't sarcasm. I'm pretty sure it was really good.
It is something.
It was
All
something.
right, continue.
Try it. I want to hear.
Nope, no one wants to hear.
Mm-hmm. Okay.
I'm gonna eat my popcorn.
Okay. I want popcorn. I mean, I'll eat popcorn tomorrow, I guess. I have popcorn. I only want to check your wound.
Pervy.
And time to lower your volume because I have you at 200%, and I'm pretty sure you spoke.
Hi!
There you go. That's good.
I heard that in your headphones.
Oh my. Say it again. Because I want to see perv. Pervity perv.
Wait, say it again.
No. I guess we'll just move on. In any case, most important of all, Razzle was safe. Fragments of Uriel's desire to protect her would have still unconsciously remained in the depths of madness-stricken mind. If that were still the case, words would not describe how lucky I'd been, if shameless as it might have sounded. So, your book. Razzle nodded proudly, holding up the tome.
Yes, this is my book. Susafa Raza.
Now I have water. And I'm pretty sure my computer feels like it's dying.
How's my mic?
Hmm?
How's my mic?
Your mic sounds good. What way? My mic sounds terrible, if you hear it.
Your mic was glitching out earlier.
Was it?
Mm-hmm.
No. How is it now?
Fine.
Okay. Razzle, loving, ran her fingers along the cover, like a mother caressing her child, yet her feelings seemed clouded over by something. What's wrong?
It's true that that what I hold in my embrace now is the book that I've been searching for. This tome is the Book of Earth.
Right. There are 2 volumes of that. Yes?
No, that's me trying to clear my throat. Yes, this tome comprises the Book of Earth, containing all knowledge mankind needs to live on this earth.
Oh. Can I have it?
I'm gonna drink water now.
Yeah, I'm gonna go drink water now. Which I have not done this entire time.
The other volume of the Book of Heaven, containing all the divine secrets of the cosmos.
Yes. The secrets
Which is the one that I might have written something in, and it got me thrown out of heaven and it destroyed the world. But we don't talk about that.
Yes. Nothing happened. Wahahaha. Ha ha ha. So, we don't have the Book of Heavens, correct?
Indeed, the truth I'm looking for is written on its pages.
It's like
Uriel destroy it?
What?
Did Uriel destroy it?
I don't think Uriel can destroy Razzle's things.
Oh yeah.
Razzle has a
Razzle's
firewall.
like, they're my things, don't touch them!
Oh my. What? Also, why do we have no viewers?
No one ever watched Tokyo Babel.
People used to watch Tokyo Babel, like 1 or 2 people.
But then we stopped streaming it, so people forgot about it.
Yep.
It wasn't just Melanie.
Yep. That puts us in a difficult situation. In short, unless we find other volumes, the Silver Razzle won't be complete. Where could you even begin to look? We'd lost all our leads.
Sit. Huh?
Hmm?
Do you still wish to continue your pilgrimage?
I mean, that's the whole point right here. For a moment, I was ready to entrust the choice to Razzle, but decided to hold my tongue at the last second. After all, I had been told to make decisions myself. But what was I to do? Search for the gates of the second stratum and carry on? Or turn back, whatever conclusion I might have come to. I needed to make the decision of my own. Oh, okay. Save. And let's save on top of that. Yes, I would like to save on top.
That's an important save, too.
Yes, and let us return. And then, should we go back with Lily? No, we are going to keep going. And then we're going to have Razzle end. We're going to have very good Razzle end. Razzle end. I decided to head to the 7th stratum. We should keep going towards the 7th strand. The Book of Heavens might be up there.
But
I'm sure if we keep going, we discover our own raison d'être, so I believe we could keep pressing on.
this is still Razzle. Or did I miss something? Is his raison d'être still Razzle? Did
Yes.
I miss something?
Oh yeah.
Okay.
His raison d'être is to what's it called, be the god that defies all impossibilities, and then that is my reason to be, and I will use this to protect anyone who he deems dear to him, and that's who he deems dear to him is Razel, and anyone else, which is Sormi and Lilith, but mainly Razel now.
Let me eat my popcorn real quick.
Okay.
Very well. If that is your decision, I'll abide by it.
With Razel's consent, I began searching for the gates leading to the 7th stratum. Found it.
A lot of books.
Yes. The search took roughly an hour, and the place in question ended up being a second-hand bookshop in the depths of the book town, specifically a certain shelf. That's really cryptic. One of the books came outfitted with a doorknob. After analysis, we detected traces of magic in it.
Not your everyday door. That is for certain. But it does seem like this is our gate to the 7th stratum.
Or maybe it's just the door to like a hidden thing inside the
And
bookshelf.
then they open it, and she's like, "Oh,
That was just the bookshelf. Oops.
And Razel
it's like,
came-
oh wait, there's the book that I was looking for. There's the other half of my book. Thank you for finding it, Setsuna.
Well, I'm going to go home now and read this. You have fun now.
I was like, but sure. Razel came to the conclusion after connecting to her tablet PC. Still, to have a doorknob attached to the spine of a book, it's quite the unusual sight, we both agreed. Either way, both of us lay in uncharted territory of the 7th stratum, the summit of Tokyo Babel, and the closest place to heaven. Would a master await us inside, or something even more powerful? It's God himself. That Jacob's ladder truly exists in the world. And would we find it inside? All would be answered once we opened this door, which gave me even more reason to hesitate. What would await us in the gate? Would our pilgrimage come to an end? I found myself wrestling to the complex array of feelings: hope, dread, curiosity, and despair. But I decided to press on, no matter how foolish it might have seemed. Let's go. Is this where we meet, like, God, which was that girl with white hair we met in, like, first episode, which was, like, we never saw again, which was the original.
Messenger
That's Messenger?
is credited as Messenger.
No, it's not. God.
Not good.
Okay.
Also, I haven't thought of a voice for her at all.
It was Widowmaker originally, and then we... No,
it wasn't.
It
That was Eve.
Okay, wait, then who was her voice?
She was Mercy, but then I changed it to Razzle because I thought Razzle would stick around, and I wanted to do Mercy voice.
Yes,
I'll figure something out.
look, where is she? Yep, it's Messenger. Oops. I did
Looks
said...
like Violet.
Hmm?
Violet Evergarden.
Yes. You finished watching it again?
No, but she looks like her a little bit.
Oh? Who?
Messenger girl.
Oh. Are you gonna watch more of it with your mother?
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
She really likes it.
And then we could watch something. What are you doing? Oh wait, I probably shouldn't mess that on stream. Let me just type that up.
Oh, I don't have anything tomorrow, actually.
Okay. And neither do I. And I am on spring break. Mwahahaha. That means we can spend more
Yay.
time together. I'll just message you and see when you're awake and see things. Cough, cough. Using both gold and silver keys, we pushed the gates open, stepped inside, and had our breaths taken away. Oh gosh.
This place.
What was this place? A stagnant, slime-like substance covered the walls of all angles. Creeping, coiling, slithering. The textures wasn't pure, unified black, consistent containing spots of white here and there. They only served the highlight of chaotic mismatch repulsiveness. I took a step forward, relieved that's at least a firm ground to stand on. What in the world are we looking at?
I wish I knew.
And also that music that came out, it's called Madness.
Hmm?
Yes, is again. Color drained from Mazel's cheeks, possibly from fear, and the tunnel stretched out before us like a tube, leading in exits far and with no choice of hope. We would remain untouched by the black slimy substance. We began to advance through the tunnels, our hearts gripped by the oppressive feel of isolation of movements of doors, stick statum close behind.
I'm scared.
Mazel took my hand as if I did my best to remain composed, all the while trying to find origins of the dreads that feeling and isolated overcame us. A voice? A slight tremor shook in the entirety of the tunnel. A kind of experience that train approaches from a distance. At first I didn't notice, then I decided to ignore it and finally realized it would be impossible. The entire tunnel quaked and the magnitude of voices echoed within the microcosm. Wait, hallelujah,
Is it the
hallelujah.
song?
Yeah,
I used to have that whole song memorized.
because all I hear is... Yep, I can't keep... Let me just drink some water. I used to like singing church music because that's the only place I could actually sing, because like I didn't sing at home or anywhere, and then like singing in church made me happy. But then we don't go to church anymore, so I'm like, okay.
What's your religion? Got it. It's clear your throat. Ah.
You not remember what I am? What most of my kind is?
Well, I mean, I'm not stereotyping.
Then my mother became a Christian, and then my dad is like, why would you change religions? And
Oh,
then,
they're gonna hate me so much.
why?
Some atheist.
Yeah, but that doesn't matter. Well, my mom might, but like my dad will be cool with it, cause like at least you didn't change your views. You just constantly that.
I've just always had the same
Yeah.
views.
And plus, doesn't really matter what you think. My dad doesn't really care. But like my mom, she's like, she will like, just don't tell her about your religion. Just like every time she says something, just ignore it. And plus, like most of the time, I don't think you guys can even communicate.
Oh, I was gonna learn Spanish.
Yeah, okay. Then you will be able to communicate.
Yeah,
I was gonna learn Spanish because I figured I'd go live in California.
Mm-hmm.
You know, fun.
Yes, fun.
I have 2 languages I have to learn. Frick. It's gonna take like a couple months.
You mean sign language and Spanish, or whatever the language are you learning?
Yeah. ASL.
No,
Or I might learn BSL. I don't know. I might be real complicated.
And what is BSL?
British Sign Language.
Okay. Is there another one?
Yeah.
What
There's
is-
one for like every language.
You want to learn every language?
That might take a couple years.
Oh, that is hilarious. Hallelujah,
Wait.
hallelujah, hallelujah. Who we are, we who are in heaven. Amen, amen, amen. A chorus all too fitting for the black ooze vibrating in all of us. It echoed, spilling forth. Exalt gods, revere his angels and all the saints. It sung only by one or two, it might as well have been a soothing melody. Yet the voices were beyond count, defying imagination. Where am I? Find identification that they belong to men of those who lived as such. Was the chorus sung by angels and being outside the celestial realm? As overcome with nausea had covered her mouth, I too felt a certain feel welled in my chest. A sickly sweet discomfort, akin of lingering scent of vanilla extract. Holy words sung by praise God, no exile, his angels, the saints, a chorus of joy, chanted like a wicked curse. Praise be to God, praise be to heaven, blessed be the joy, blessed be this happiness. It started to make me feel queasy. Indeed, God would very well have been a being worthy of praise. But there is no God here anymore. Angels and demons alike endured countless hardships. And despite the severity of the situation, the amalgamation of voices, the massive black slime, continued to lose itself in the sacred chorus, ignoring the world's crisis. I couldn't help but find it detestable. The mind teetered on brinking on collapse, crushed beneath the echo of Jewish ode. La 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 la. Just gonna keep going. Hey, oh, mother.
1 second. Also, what was your voice?
Your voice but lower.
Okay. I really shouldn't have eaten right now.
I'm so happy. Let's just go with that.
Okay.
And so, I'm very happy. Come, let us embrace it together. Her voice found its way in my mind, its echoes filling my
Okay, I'm
ears.
good now.
Only when I want to hear it the least. Naru, shut the hell up, stop talking! I'm
so very happy right now. People all dread loneliness, and that is precisely why they seek companionship, why they ignite the flames of conflict. I once thought the unification of mankind's will would lead to a better tomorrow, but that was a mistake. I should have considered the opposite.
What?
To become a being that can achieve perfection on its own.
Okay.
To consume, dream, and build on one's own world's individuality, free from others. At the point, even proclaiming one's raison d'etre becomes pointless. All that remains then is to obtain happiness, to claim your own desires.
I've been telling you,
Just shut the hell up. I'm begging you. Enough! An illusion began to unfold before my eyes. Her smile showered in light, warm like an angel's. The moment I denounced it as terrifying, I realized a part of me was being fulfilled. The fact alone stirred the wave of despair within my heart. I withheld my mother's face, majestic and brimming with kindness, and the same mother I personally buried back in the world. Yet there she stood, right before me. Tendo Nada, the woman who painted my life anew. And what of it?
Setsuna, my happiness lies with you.
My only response was exceedingly excessive kind of tone yielded from her nausea. Shut up! The voice died down in an instant along with the grating pain violating my mind. I gave Razzle's hand a confident squeeze and launched into a sprint. Run, run, run as fast as you can.
Setsuna?
Hold on tight. The roughness of my own tone left me in surprise as I continued to rush down through the hallway. I pushed the door open with one hand and stormed outside. They used all the strength I had to shut it behind me. The faint whispers of the voices within still reached my ears. I decided to put some distance between me and the gate.
Setsuna, wait, hold up.
With a great effort, I managed to force myself to a halt. I turned to face Razzle, ready to hear her out. She looked just as exhausted as I did.
We're safe. I can't hear the voices anymore.
I made a conscious effort to listen, but...
God, that'd be nice.
Yeah, I know. What had been greeting me was silence. The repulsive echo of those whispers had all but died down.
Tell me, what did you see back there in the tunnel?
My mother I once had. A wave of sadness washed over Razzle's expression. She did know what's my past after all.
I see.
What did you see?
I didn't see anything. All I heard were whispers, that chorus.
The world made me grimace. Razzle, what in the world was that back there?
I have no idea.
The younger head prevailing me to read her expression. I see. I doubt it's something we need to dwell on at the moment. I guess it's my gaze skywards, looking at the multitude of buildings tall enough to pierce through the clouds. I had seen them before. The Tokyo Metropolitan Government Building. The so-called Tower of Bubble, not Babel, that received the nickname because it was built in the middle of an economic bubble. Its presence meant the seventh stratum was Shinjuku. The district unifying the labor of man and achievements of science, a place where heaven and hell would coexist.
What happened here?
Razzle found herself in a loss of words, or rather, she was taking in the surroundings in complete awe. Even I could sense the sheer miasma, like density of magical flow in the area. In the world, it felt abnormal.
This is like hell.
Razzle's assessment felt apt enough. I, too, had once been in a place with atmosphere not entirely unlike the current Shinjuku, my former world. What we witnessed here now resembled the final days of the apocalyptic stricken homeworld, its skies covered in sinister gloom. What would be called neither day nor night. I expected a cold breeze to brush against my cheek, but instead was a greet of air tempered enough to make my clothes stick to my sweats. We began to search the area.
Is this truly the place closest to heaven?
Well, Setsuna said it was the place closest to heaven and hell. So if anything, this is the closest to purgatory as you ever come.
True. Oh, frick.
What happened?
She was AFK. She's not supposed to see what my thing says. No.
I mean, she's been online for a while.
Okay, I wasn't paying attention.
Yeah. She was like in idle mode for a long time, but then she's like, I'm pretty sure she's seen it a long time. And
Hopefully she's just pushed my thing so far down that she can't see it anymore.
yeah, and plus I don't think she would even join, because like if she did, she would be here and not here. Because in all this time that she's been not idle, she hasn't come in.
Okay, good.
It should be. I don't blame you for wanting to believe otherwise, though. Razzle began to suspect it too. The one thing I myself had feared that day I arrived here. The angels were exiled from heaven, the demons from hell. Hell was submerged in water, but what exactly happened to heaven? Was there still a paradise that always been? The answer was no. Uriel said to himself heaven had changed. No one knows what became of it in the wakes of God's wrath. Well, maybe not quite no one. Razzle.
Yes?
She fidgeted in place, seemingly cold despite the warm breeze. I have a few questions about heaven.
What questions?
Razzle's tone has noticeably stiffened to it. Although she couldn't say it out loud, she was clearly in no mood to breach the subject. God is in heaven, along with a number of chosen angels, is that right?
I believe so.
But heaven is in ruins. Just think back to Uriel.
You're wrong.
Razzle, I understand how you feel, but
You're wrong. Heaven is safe. There's no way our own homeland could be destroyed.
we'll find out soon enough. Razzle has sent out to make our way across Shinjuku, aiming to collapse the skyscrapers in the distance. Flying across the air was shortening in the journey considerably to the potential presence of masters in the area forced us to exceedingly careful, so we proceeded on foot. Although physical exhaustion did not prove to be a problem, the mental strain of the journey was tremendous. I had further expanded the blank region of my mind. I was still fine. I could still make it.
Oh, look, 23 people liked my comment.
What comic?
It's on a music video.
Okay. Cough cough. Love me, Wallerner.
No. It's worse than that, but ignore.
What did you write? Write it down. I want to see.
It's about the girl in the music video, because I have a crush on her.
Oh my gosh. Did you write things?
No, I just put, like, anyone else have a crush on this person? And people liked it.
I see.
At this point, I'd erased my connection to Tendonado. It was just a name in my mind, nothing more. Another entry of many, but the best, especially considering that I had no experience with just a short while ago.
Satsuna, are you alright?
Razzle's breathing grew raised, her gaze somewhat vacant. Don't concern yourself with me. I'm more worried about you, Razzle. How are you holding up? Is that mental contamination affecting you at all?
Oh my gosh, it's me. That's legit. He was like, "Are you okay?" It's like, "Don't worry about me. How are you?"
Yep.
I've just leveled a terrifying question at Razzle.
I'm fine.
Oh my gosh, she even responds the same as you.
Yeah, because this is me. Like, do we know who wrote this visual novel?
You? Future you?
It was me from the future.
Mhm.
Came back to write a visual novel to give it to me to keep me from dying.
And it helped.
Good job, future me.
I guess it's a self-fulfilling prophecy where it's like, oh, like this visual novel saved your life. So in the future, you're at that visual novel and then send it to the past to save your life, and then constantly loops yourself to you saving your own self. By me
Harry Potter.
Yes, where me introducing you to the thing that you made in the future. I'm a catalyst in all of this, but you are the cause.
Cool.
Razzle responded was firm and proud, despite her tone suggesting a thorough, exhausted mind. We need to stay strong just a little while longer. My mind was at its limits, a raging sea of love, affection, and happiness twisting its landscape. We continued to make our way through the deserted streets of the hellish Shinjuku. I visually confirmed the state of my mind. Quarantine zone witnessed the chaos, turbulent feelings invading once my ordered heart. I was not contempt nor envy, and deep-rooted malice. And I found here was the virtue bliss, affecting deep in the vast seas, the short happiness itself. As I bent through, I saw no trace of beauty. The feelings labored towards Razzle, and even Sormy and Lilith glittered within me like the brightest jewels I have ever seen. What I found in the blank region of my mind was something entirely different. A destructive Rascossus, source of love, starving for fulfillment. Friendship stirred men of slay one another. A blessed one whispered before strangling the other neck. The brim smile of one shed of unknown's blood. All those mingling of birth chaos and strive to endear hatred through love. To stand up in malice with sheer determination, yet the true feeling sang different tune. I would not rebel against blissful joy. Love would send me in the knees in defeat, because every living being yearned for it. We would find ourselves aching for its melody. Oh, melody. Sorry.
But
I said nothing.
yeah, there's this girl at my barn named Melody, and sure as heck do I pronounce that D.
Is it your friend?
No, I
Is it-
hate her.
You hate Melody?
Yes, I
Oh.
hate everyone there already.
Yeah. It's funny.
Setsuna?
Razzle spoke up behind me.
I suppose what you said was right. That heaven has fallen to ruin, if that truly were the case. Then what am I to believe in?
In yourself, in us. Me, believe in me. Oh my gosh.
Oh my god!
It's me.
It is you. It's you being like, give up, believe in me.
It's legit what I said. I was like, oh, it's like, I want to be your everything. I drew you closer to me, embracing her, even knowing I should detest love and cruel course. I couldn't help but yearn for Razzle. Damn, could we believe in? I had no answer to that either. A warm, content smile creeped into Razzle's lips in my embrace, but it lasted only a moment before giving way to anxiety. Oh, sure. Same.
In this world, there's nothing more you embrace. The more you embrace love, the easier it becomes for madness to invade your heart.
Oh my gosh. Reality.
Yeah.
I feel like that describes your relationship with them.
It's like that thing that what's his face from Violet Evergarden said. He's like, love just makes fools out of people.
Who said that?
Manuscript boy.
Oh,
The
right.
one that has nicer hair than me.
It does seem that way. You mean the one that has your hair?
Yes.
Your hair's obviously superior.
When it was like, Violet, will I ever see you again? Tell me if I'll ever see you again. And she's just like, I don't care about you, you fool. One day I will do a Violet impression. I'm working on it. I can only say major.
Oh,
I'm working on it.
I want to hear that.
Later. But on stream.
Okay. It does seem that way. Oh my gosh.
I don't want to say that to you, but okay.
You used to do that. Well, kind of.
I said that I probably would eventually, but I'm too insane at the moment.
Just pretend you're saying it to normal.
I can't say that to her either.
Okay, say it to Drown. Say it with content and evil.
Say it to
I
murder.
do not love you.
Say it to murder the man. Oh, god damn it. Oh,
No,
it's
that
like
would be.
it's like we're saying the opposite to each other.
Yeah, that would be more like me being like if I were doing something, I'd be like,
Oh, I'm gonna kill you. And I'm gonna kill you painfully because that's what you deserve.
Yes. And this is why I enjoy you. And I do not love you either. A little white lie the kind children would pronounce. We would repeat the phrase over and over, denying our feelings. Yet in reality, our hearts bled with every new word uttered. Oh my gosh, it's exactly how you felt.
yeah, it's like I don't love her. I don't love her, right? I don't love her.
There's no way I could after everything, right? Right?
Of course you'd say her.
Because I know I love you.
Yeah, but still.
There's nothing wrong with loving you. I don't have to say that I do.
Uh-huh.
Ha,
I
ha,
know.
ha, 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 ha. I wonder if there's a real difference if I like do that because for like Lilith and Stormy, I'm like, I don't know what that would be, like 10 centimeters away from my mic, but for some voices I'm like on the pop filter because like helps with the effect and me voice act. So I wonder if it actually does anything or if it's just my mind.
Yeah, it does things. It sounds completely different, which is good. It sounds good. The closer we got to the destination, the more relentless I got becoming. I sensed an overwhelming amount of magical energy concentrated here. Its flow was natural, focused in the Tower Metropolis government building, the largest structure located in Shinjuku. A torment of magic surrounding the building raged like a fierce tornado. The sheer purity and energies creating a protective barrier of sorts. At the rate entry would become virtually impossible. Putting that aside though, we had yet another severe issue to deal with. During our journey here, we observed our surroundings with unflattering vigilance. Despite the ever-advancing mental contamination, our combat prowls remained unaffected. I scanned the surrounding area with several kilometer radius. Detecting no movements, let alone signs of life, Razo arrived at the same conclusion. In other words, the only route left for us
Is to go investigate the government office building?
We nodded at each other. We looked up in the towering buildings before, until our necks would bend no more. The resembling a massive antenna, the pebbles I kicked in the building's direction integrated the moment it reached the walls. Just to be sure, I pulled out the counter sword and summoned the beast in an attempt to break through. The result ended up the same with the pebble. This put us at a difficult position.
No good. Not even my field manipulation could work here.
Yes, alter reality. Good job, Razzle. Actually, how did this building collect such a vast amount of magical energies in the first place? Is it Razzle's book? Razzle threw a few relentless looks at the surroundings, and pointed in a single specific direction.
The magic we're sensing here is being drawn from the direction of Cabuccio. Cabuccio?
Kabukichio.
Cabuccio.
It is something there.
Dear Lord.
That is great.
Yes, the vast quantity of magic isn't being harvested from the air. I'd invest to say that a powerful angel or demon is playing it.
Cough, cough. The messenger.
It's probably you.
Yeah, it's like it's probably the book is supplying the magic energy. Does that mean we might have a master in our hands here? Razzle's the master!
No, if that was the case, we would have detected signs of life during our earlier search. We may not be the only living beings present, but there's something else here capable of supplying magic.
Well, you couldn't find last time in the what's it called with Mikau? They couldn't find Mikau with the like life sensing. It's like, oh, there's no one here. Let's move on. It's like, nope, Mikau comes in. Up, no one's here.
Like, yo, it's me, Mikau.
Up, no one's here in the 5th tram. Up, nope, never mind. There's what's it called? Samuel. How many times do you have to like?
There's no one here in the 2nd stratum. Hello, guys. It's me, Mikau. How are you doing? Yeah. Get out now because I'm the only one who's allowed to be here.
Yes, and then like, there's no one here. Up, there's Serpent Lady.
Yep. Like, oh, hi, guys. How are you doing today?
Yep. I was like, I don't think we should rely on that. I was like, oh, we can't feel anyone here. Let's still be cautious because there might someone be here because fool me once, shame on you. Fool me twice, shame on me. Fool me 3 times, oh hell no, you fucked up.
Oh, no. Yeah, yeah, fun. Next thing you know, it'll be like, there's no one here, and then just like Ren pops out, and she's like, oh, hello.
Oh, that'll be funny.
Did I make it into the wrong visual novel? I'm sorry, I'll be going back to Katua Shoujo now.
It's now confirmed Ren is God.
Yes. Go see God. Just Ren sitting there sipping some tea, and she's just like, hello, guys.
Ren
How are you doing?
Is the visual manifestation of Zen. She is Zeno. Oh, did you read this already? Yes, you did. We both attempted in vain to come up with some sort of explanation. In this case, we need to take matters in our own hands, to see something for ourselves. Either way, the only option is to go and investigate. We set out to Kabukicho. I scanned our surroundings to be the safest side, but detected no signs of movements in life. Of course you can't sense anything. There's a jamming signal. Should we stop now? Because you're about to leave? Or you still have time?
I'm okay.
Okay. Or at least, that should have been the case. Ow. Moments later, an unpleasant metallic sound echoed in the depths of my mind. Yes, that was very unpleasant metallic sound. It was like, ee! That's what it sounded like, except more high pitched than not that.
Picking up readings of several moving targets. 173 in total.
So much for no one in sight.
I don't think there's anyone here. 2 seconds later, oh my god, there's 173 people here.
There's probably more, and the dog wants to leave. No, she's just scratching. Okay, this is good. I strained my eyes to stare at the distance, spotted a multitude of non-living beings soaring in the direction of 200 meters away, and approaching at high speed. They appeared like a flock of metallic birds in the sky. In terms of size, they were no different from us, sporting wings not unlike Razzles, but to one noticeable exception, they were made of steel. Oh my, oh.
Farah.
Oh my god, it is fair. Except
That's
with
a new first thing, guys.
Except with a grappling gun and not a rocket cannon.
That's like a minigun.
Yeah.
What angels are these?
They're angels of death. You not clearly see their face smiling in
Are
joy.
you kidding me? Like, they gave Razzle a freaking tablet and they gave these angels miniguns?
Mm-hmm. In short, angels of steel. A phrase often used metaphorically, but not here. Their expressions were frozen in unsettling smiles. As angels drew closer, I began to understand why their silhouettes appeared strangely wrapped and twisted. They each appeared to be holding sizable miniguns. Wait a second, miniguns? It's like,
Miniguns.
The angel came to
Too
save
bad I
them.
can't do that with my tongue.
What the?
Yeah, I can't do that.
Raining down from the barrage, bullets on us.
Frick, she's fighting again. I don't like it when she fights me. Reinforcement and vector shift. Earth, level 3.
At least you have lines.
Damn, at least I have wines this time. I'm pretty sure they'll knock her out, though.
Razzle has
You want to have wines? You want to speak to you again?
Razzle activated her space manipulation, tearing the massive chunks of asphalt on the ground, sending whirlings of circles until they formed a protective wall before our very eyes. Mere seconds later, a barrage of 30mm miniguns rounding assaults the surface. The magically strengthened the wall was ripped to shining threads like cheap plywood, but it gave us time to momentarily slip out of the angel's field of vision. I pointed at the sky, then at Razzle, and finally at the ground, giving her a quick series of instructions. In other words, I would be fighting in the air, while she would do the same from the ground. A simple yet appropriate plan. One was to put in motion. A moment Razzle nodded in approval. Brandished the naked steel of Picard's sword. I leaped in towards the clouds to choose the summoned beats of wrath. The azure flames of wrath shot in the tips of the blade, enveloping the several steel angels. The metallic monsters had flocked, counting almost 200 except losses. And restrained composure. Okay, we took out 200 of them. There's still like 517? How much was it?
173.
Sure. What in the world are these angels? I threw a curious glance at the falling angels. Spots what had appeared to be a complex machinery through their open wounds. And it suddenly came to a surprise. At the very least, they did not appear to be ordinary angels. I never planned on holding back to begin with, but their revelation nonetheless put me at ease. I changed my flight path, avoiding a foolish strategy of a head-on assault, while continuing to soar in speed and avoiding the incoming barrage of bullets. Enjoying the protection of air-type magic would almost likely prevent me from dying instantly should there be any bullets hit me. Whether or not I would continue to withstand the perpetual onslaughts of over 100 angels now was an entirely different story. In fact, I would prefer to avoid taking any damage at all. In any best-case scenario, I would break through the complex unscathed. I summoned the golden sloth. As my incantation neared its end, the veil of molten gold spread out against the canvas of the sky. An angel attempted to invade all the fruitless. The golden sloth rained down upon over half of the angels, both sticking and corroding as it touched. The metallic winds that kept them above the clouds now corroded away, one after another. Robbed of their winds, the angels plummeted to the ground, leaving only a few stragglers behind. The mechanical monsters considered me a hesitant confusion. However, our battle had already begun, with no intention to ever holding back neither I nor Razzle. Razzle beamed of light shot from the ground below, aiming to take down the foes, drawing the panicked angel's attention. Razzle gazed up upon him, almost composure, featuring betrayal only in the slightest hint of anger. I could hardly blame her, for these monsters imitated the noble race. One by one, the mechanical angels fell victim to her attacks. They were hardly weaklings, but their power certainly did not match of someone like Uriel Abdel. The biggest advantage, however, was the sheer numbers.
Additional non-living area targets detected, 50 in total.
Okay, we drastically reduced their numbers. Damn, there was more of them. Oh,
So that's
they got
a lot,
reinforcements.
actually.
That's like over 200 too.
Yep.
Yay!
The moment to count out the numbers, the mere 50, another 50 arrived of reinforcements.
Satsuna, I believe there's a connection between these angels and the source of magic we've been investigating.
So they're just a factory of angels.
They're just kind of around.
Yep. I was thinking the exact same thing. I continued to both evade as well as deflect and cut down the angel's bullet with the Picant sword.
We should head there. At this rate, I won't be able to hold out here any longer. I'm on my way to you now.
Razzle took to the skies, drawing the barrage of fire her way. However, Swift summoned the Beast of Gluttony to serve as a decoy. Razzle and I soared to the streets of Shinjuku. As a low altitude, speeding towards the source of tremendous outpouring of magic, Razzle gave her forehead a light tap.
As I expected, not even the slightest sign of life.
Mechanical life.
So,
For all those darn mechanical angels.
what?
Never mind.
So, are those angels really machines? She nodded.
They could be the handiwork of someone from an alternate world who ended up exploiting cutting-edge technology for their own needs.
Cough, cough. Setsuna's world.
Squirrel.
These are Setsuna's slaves.
I probably are.
I was like, oh, you were meant to command these, my liege.
Exploiting technology, huh? In that case, they could have been the handiwork of someone like Samuel, like the Serpents of Death. Perhaps she left behind these machines, and they were still operational. No, they had been made no sense whatsoever. I had been abandoned this line of speculation. We carried on, as the times flying to abandoned shops and leaving them throughout the back entirely, as the one times blow holes in the walls of flying, exit through the front gates. Eventually, we made to the source of the magical outpouring.
I cannot believe this.
Are we ever gonna find Lilith's body?
What?
What?
Oh, the anti-Lilith crazy person?
No. Lilith's body, because the Lilith we're with is just an illusion.
Oh yeah, maybe.
Yes.
We were both in shock and the loss of words.
Can you hear me? You hear me, right?
Yeah.
And the four master angels. Oh, god damn it. Archetyos Michael, and the head of the angels, and all one whose every name begs to answer, who is like God? Gabriel, his name meaning God in my strength, the angel who wielded the flame sword awarded mankind with the blade Durandal, framed for spreading the word of Christ, birth from many and all. Raphael, mankind's guardian angel who commanded illness and injury, those whose name carried the phrase God heals. And finally, the angel of divine punishment, Uriel, the flame of God. All four pierceless in their own regard, yet each of them went missing, following the divine calamity. Only Michael was said to have been left behind, tracing of the existence. As for all other three, they have been heard from all.
Is Mikael? Who's Mikael? Is that Lucio?
Michael?
No. But who is he?
No one.
Okay, who's Lucio? Oh, that's Kamao. Okay, there we go. I was like, what's his name? What's his name? Oh, you're right, Kamao. Camel. That was the joke.
And Uriel finally shoved himself in front of us, had completely succumbed to madness. As well I imagined for the other two who had suffered similar fates. But I was wrong, in fact. Madness might have been kinder fate.
Oh, my lines. Okay.
Yes.
Captain Raphael?
So they turned them
Question.
into gold machines, captured, and Raphael looks pregnant. I'm just saying.
Real pregnant.
Mm-hmm.
The two angels were bound to a pillar, their visage resembling that of a well-known Japanese monster, the two-faced Sukuna.
Like, they are, like, with extreme bondage right there. That is, like... Yes.
In terms of sheer size, they towered above us like a pair of giants.
Bounds may have been the most apt expression to use, though the strings serving as the pair of shackles pierced their hands, constraining the whole of their bodies. The angels' bodies were covered in steel, with massive holes located on Raphael's swollen belly. Yes, because fragment. Raphael and Gabriel were both dead, or at least appeared that way. I had no way to make sure. Perhaps they were simply frozen in place, unable to lift a finger, due to the vast amounts of magic that were being absorbed from them.
Either way, we need to put a stop to this.
Can you?
I have no choice but to try.
Very well. In the meantime, I'll take care of our pursuers. I turn back to Razel, ready to protect both of us, while we busy yourself trying to release the two angels that would meet the mechanical ones in battle. In this situation, I would only use my raison d'etre, that is the universal machine density of time. The power existed to beat overwhelming odds, not to crush those weaker than myself. As such, it's not suited for combats the kind of cannon fodder. I faced here the sort of enemy that relied on sheer numbers, which new mechanical angels slain, new one emerged from the belly of a twin angel. Their onslaughts of bullets rained down on them like a relentless downpour. I devoured all their attention to countering the endless wave of foes swarming my way. In the meanwhile, Razo chanted a ritual's prayer of sorts, the hands placed in the bodies of the two angels. You can tell whether she was trying to revive the angels or simply put a stop to her mechanism bound them in place. I have no choice but to have faith in Razzle. However, I knew next to nothing about her. I thought to grip my heart for a brief second. No, that was not true. I knew her well. Oh my gosh, it's me. I shot down the suggestion of my own inner voice, forcefully suppressing the urge of anxiety and doubt swelling between my hearts, and I launched into discussion of sort. I suppress my inner voice, says. Answer the following then. Why did Uriel wish to see her dead at all costs? What secret lurks in our lost memories? And what is written in the Sefer Razel, Book of Heavens? I could not answer none of those questions. I wouldn't care. Memories were that. Memories. Hear me. Lost memories he then called the answers my prayers. What exactly have I done? Vessel. Vessel. I hear a gentle voice calling out to me. I'm pretty sure this is Razzle's monologue thing, but I'm just gonna keep reading it. Who wandered heaven and earth alike, searched for a book. I found your book. Was that true? If so, what had eluded me until now? Your book is in the possession of the dead souls of hell. Lies, all lies. I don't believe it. Only the purest and most virtuous of mortals are allowed to lay their hands on the book. I know not who you are, but show yourself. Oh. Responding to my feeling, she abrupted peeked out of the separated dimension, riding the basilisk as usual.
Long time no see, Razzle. Still looking for that book of yours?
The angel of venom and death. Sandman, you certainly have some nerve to talk to me here, being the exiled turncook that you are.
Noticing my alarm, Samuel threw her arms up.
Look, I surrender. I'm not here to fight you. Tell me, Razzle, does that book of yours contain all your knowledge?
Yes, but what of it?
And did you include knowledge of yourself whacked? You yourself whacked?
I fell silent. True in my name, the secrets of God. I included all divine secrets. Hurry only to the Lord what's pending in that book. If only I could understand its encryption. As for the keywords required to unravel it, I forcefully erased that from my memories. I couldn't tell what made me look back then, but looking back on it now, I believe that I had done the right thing. You said hello.
to record what my raison d'etre, my reason for being, a power fixed enough to encroach upon reality. I think there existed a taboo even I wish to seal away.
Ah, so you did write it down.
Keeping silence is the foolish choice, yet I had no option but to hold my tongue.
Don't you want your book back?
I do, and what you have hand over it. And I want you to hand it over. Say things right.
Sorry to burst your bubble, but I don't have it. I just told you, remember? It's fallen to the depths of hell.
Then
I barely stumbled myself. I'm recommending a trip to hell. Going to hell would mean becoming a fallen angel. Still, it's been preceding the angels visiting hell in official business. However, the search for my book was an endless personal matter. It would have never been approved.
Relax, just come with me. You can't go to hell. We can still meet up at Purgatory.
purgatory?
A place once used to purify the sins of the wicked. No one's gonna question an angel being there, let alone consider it a sin.
Was that true, so? Taking off a place without prior consent, wouldn't that itself be a sin? In the end, although I accepted her suggestion. Tempted by Samael's honeyed words, I set out towards a new objective. According to Samael, to wait for me on top of the hills, serving as purgatory. Oh, you came. Welcome, Raziel. As I turned around to face both of them, I found myself frozen in place. My memories, please give me time. Let me think. The reason I froze in place, a being with no business showing up in place like that. Just who was it exactly? Whose presence startled me to the accent? Is it Lilith? Is it the messenger? Is it God?
Please don't be the messenger. I still haven't thought of a voice for the messenger, frick.
Will you read the book for me? Read it. What was I forced to do? What was I forced to read? Well now, ladies and gentlemen, allow me to educate you on...
Breaths.
Let my consciousness strike back to reality once more. I saw Tendo Setsuna fight back a swarm of steel angels behind me, showing no compassion for his mechanical foes. Gabrielle, Raphael, both in their appearance as well as their sensations, I experienced upon touching them made me realize both of them were the real thing. Hey, what was the girl, the serpent girl name?
Samuel?
Okay. They were not dead, though not alive either. They drifted vaguely upon the boundaries of the two.
Yeah. Oh, so.
Okay. Want me to save and quit?
Yeah, sure.
Okay. We will save here, and we will start in the next time. I will see you next time. Goodbye.
We'll see you next time, 0 viewers.
Yes, no viewer count.